Hello everybody, it's Helium Lemon 15, and welcome back to Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars. This is episode 10, I believe. Today is March 11th. I believe the last time we were playing this, we visited sort of this castle ruins for the first time. We got past the bully goat, because it is a billy goat, but also a bully. And then we fixed the dishwasher at the bar or whatever. Or the
The trickle of water was quickly absorbed by the plaster.
So this puzzle,
I eased the solid piece of plaster from the sand.
we use
it had formed a perfect
this
copy of the statue.
puzzle. Yes. Rolf Saxon is great. I can only imagine what Rolf Saxon's and he did George Stobart for all of the Broken Sword games, which is 5, I think. It's at least 5. Yeah, I think it's only 5, but there are 5 games that I know of. Apologies for background noise. I'm so sorry. I am very sorry. I'm quite apologize. Yeah, I saw a clip of one interview with Rolf Saxon where he was like, "Look at this huge script," and they were like, "Yeah, that's just like the first 20% of your lines." Oh yeah. Now we have to wander around in Nicola's apartment. It's kind of pointless for the first little bit. Here I was looking through Nico's journal, and then I was like, oh, okay, I haven't checked the journal for the entire game, so if you guys want to pause the video, go frame by frame, which you can do that on YouTube. I don't know if you guys know this, but like you can go frame by frame on YouTube using the comma and period keys on your keyboard, aka like the sideways carrots.
Never had a boyfriend as loyal as him.
I like that line. I skipped it the first time and then I was like, I gotta play that again. That's a good line. Yep. So check Nico's radio. Such a stupid pop song. I'm sorry. It was probably written specifically for this game too. And of course, once you go and sit down at the table, it stops playing. Once you go and sit down at the table, you're like locked into this cutscene of, I guess not locked into it. Oh, the standing up and walking around cutscene is like, somebody get me a vanilla Coke, dude. My parents want me to lose weight. I'm kind of indifferent about it, but
hey, Collard, it's me.
I had a Coke last night.
Guess what? I'm gonna give you a second chance. I need somebody to write the TV.
That's just.
Lousy. So what's new? If you're interested, drop by the office.
In fact, drop by the office anyway. We have to talk, Nico.
That story of yours I spiked. It won't go away. You've made some dangerous enemies out there.
Hey, Nico, it's your old pal. I mean, your new pal, George. Whoa, Ireland. It's a whole different country. And
It sure is.
Amazing news for you. Gem of a story, in fact.
A gem of a story, in fact.
Fella here's got a drink lined up for me.
I went out drinking last night, but like I said, I only had a Coke, because I don't honestly like drinking.
I wanted to thank you for being so understanding when... Come to lunch, why don't you?
Come to lunch, why don't you?
Might have more news.
I might have more news.
Coming to see me this evening. He says he knows why Pierre was murdered. In fact, he'll be here shortly.
Oh
I should like to
no.
hear what he says. Goodbye, dear girl. Till tomorrow.
Merlin. Merlin's the killer.
Merlin's the killer. I better get over there and warn her now. When it came to being two-faced, Imelda was up there with the best. I owed her nothing, but I couldn't just let her go.
Yeah, we don't like her, but
I arrived to find the Palais Royal courtyard deserted.
This is a cool
I
screen.
only hoped that I'd beaten the assassin here. I had to warn Imelda before it was too late.
So we got a abstract sculpture
Maybe it
that
was
leads
a
up to
part of
her
the-
window.
Maybe it was a cell phone transmitter. People say, what's the point of modern art? I say, isn't it obvious?
Yes, it's quite obvious.
Fixed tight. Presumably to stop critics stealing it.
Who else would want to? It's so heavy. All that metal. Well, it's got a hook at one end. One side. Ooh.
Unhooked the first wire.
Ooh.
I released the second wire. Even with both wires removed, the statue remained upright.
And using abstract art for a practical function. Not that I don't love art. I love art in museums and... Yes, it's very deconstructionist of you, Nicole. It's very neo-hyper-surrealist, Dadaist, cubist.
The plastic sheet was thick and strong. I'd need more than my hands to tear it.
Ooh.
The window had...
Something stronger than our hands to open the window. Well, something metal like that pipe we crushed might do the trick. I don't know how exactly, but, you know, it is a piece of metal. It's stronger than our fingers. I assume she wedges, like, the narrow end of it in there and then uses it to peel off the plastic whatever. Or glass whatever. Imelda in danger. That's what this chapter's called. I make a great cat burglar. The video preview is super pixelated, but I made out that one sentence. I would make a great cat burglar. I was like, first let's explore, and then I was like,
I'm too late.
I should go where the light is. But yeah, there's Imelda. She
Imelda. Oh no.
doesn't look good.
Nico? Don't worry, you're going to be alright. You know
that isn't
It was Merlin, wasn't it? Dressed as a cavalier.
A cavalier?
Absurd. You came to warn me, didn't you? I must be crazy. Let me see you, Nico. All this time you were just using me. Which one is the real Imelda? You are an extraordinary girl. Thierry would have been so proud of you. You didn't know my father. So like him. Something about the eyes. I wish we'd had time to get to know each other.
Oh, she knew your father all right. Just wait.
He was gone.
Sorry, spoiling it.
She cheated me.
Spoiling the
Lied to
game.
me, used me. But why?
Somebody grab me a vanilla Coke. No, I'm kidding. I said that again.
Climbing up the fireplace would be futile.
I was just looking at it, Nico.
No point in leaving without checking for clues. I was learning
Oh, yeah.
fast. Every stiff has a silver lining.
Every stiff has a silver lining. That's terrible, but at least it tells you exactly what to do.
Even in death, Imelda looked the same.
Yeah, quite graceful.
Inscrutable.
Like a
The
Disney
ice queen
mom.
alone in her ice palace. I opened it.
Like the
Inside was
mother.
a tiny
The
gold
mother in
key.
Cinderella. Like cruel, but
I
also
took the
beautiful.
key. I had to leave. I knew I could never return.
I don't know. Back in the apartment. I love the apartment.
wasn't anyone-
It's humble. It's got lots of open space. It's got a few, you know, aesthetic things like the lights, the carpet, the couch, the bust.
In the dim light, I caught the reflection of something metallic. A small, sinister-looking metal disc had been tucked under my father's
What is this,
desk.
Hogan's
It
Heroes?
was a bug. Oh, chère cousine.
Chère
Like any
cousine.
present, you shouldn't have.
We never meet this cousin. The cousin who's really not her cousin. I don't know, whatever. She's just mentioned by
You don't scare
Oh,
me.
we might meet her.
Espèce de-
Espeste. I wonder if that's a common, like, swear in French. I only know, you know, the common ones. Like, sacre bleu. And mercredi. And merde.
The box was carved by my father. It never had a key. The elephant on the lid was a perfect match to Carchon's. I took out the key. I couldn't believe it. Imelda's key opened my father's box. I dreamed
So you know there
it
must be
was
some
inside.
connection. There must be some connection between Imelda and Thierry Collard.
Hotel Saint Georges.
Alright, we got a letter.
My darling Thierry, by the time you read this, you'll be safely out of Africa. You need not fear. Pierre and the organization do not know who you're really working for. Or about us. Did you think I would betray you? I could not. You wanted me to leave him, but I don't have your courage. I know too much of what has been going on here. They would find me and they would kill us both. Enjoy your life in Paris, Thierry. Your life of honor, of patriotic duty. Do they give medals to spies? No. They'll
No.
just give you a funny job in an embassy somewhere. I could never share that with you. Imagine me, a diplomat's wife. So I must stay here with Pierre, the two of us bound together by what we have done to this country. Au revoir, my love. You will be in my heart until I die. Imelda.
So that's sort of an ambiguous letter, but it does open up a lot of...
Imelda.
Yeah, this should look
I felt as
familiar.
if a black hole had swallowed me up. Imelda and Carchon grinning. While behind them a village was being razed to the ground. Its people butchered. And there, next to them, staring out at me across the years, my own
And he's the one who's
father,
not
a step of
smiling.
my father's image. Looked deep into his eyes. What was he thinking when this picture was taken? How brave he had been.
So he was a
Missed him so much.
counter spy, I guess. It's like... Carchon
He
was
and Imelda must have fallen in love.
evil.
She'd found out who he really was, so he had to leave. It had broken her heart, but she had never revealed it to anyone. I knew I couldn't either. Whatever he was doing, he'd had good reason to keep it secret. I decided I would respect that and tell nobody.
And Imelda was somehow both good and evil because she played along with her husband, but she was in love with Nicole's father. It never kind of specifies what, like, Carchon did that was so evil, but, like, you can only imagine that he was, like, involved in colonialism and some, like,
I was out. Or ask him to go away and come back later.
you know, wars on countries, it just, like, really shady
Come on.
stuff.
Hello, George.
Really greedy political stuff. Killing innocent people. All under the guise of being a diplomat.
Damn it.
I don't know.
I got to drinking with Doyle and a couple of the guys.
So yeah, George was living it up.
Today. Did you get any sleep at all?
Not much.
I had to share the room with another guy. Did he snore?
Hardly.
He was
He was
dead. What?
What?
What? Why did they just drop that?
But my visit wasn't a complete waste of time.
Will you marry? No, I'm kidding.
Templars gem. Whoever Jacques Marquet is, he's in for a disappointment.
Jacques Marquet?
He's the guy who should have collected the gem from Fitzgerald.
If you give a girl a gem that valuable, you hardly need a wedding ring.
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
Well, Nico, you should know.
Let's
You're the
take another look at the
Parisian
manuscript.
here. You're the Parisian here.
There's
I'm
a
just
guy
some
with a
American.
now. There's a guy.
It's like stupid because George is from
The night
California in this game, but then in the third game he's from Idaho.
I want to
So it's
find all
like-
I've got to-
I actually watched a video on the third game. The graphical style is kind of cool, and the places that you go are kind of cool.
I can't sit
but
here
like
all
the
day.
story is
Much
like
as
a
I'd like.
convoluted mess compared to
Don't
this.
forget to look for Lobino at the Krone Museum.
I've played
Why
Broken
don't
Sword
you
1
two
and 2.
photos of anything?
Okay. Anything else I can do for you while I'm
Oh,
at it?
Rosso. I forgot to check with Rosso.
Just take care of yourself.
Forgot to check with that bald guy. Or like he's such a minor character that I kind of like. I guess he becomes more important later, but like.
Everything that had happened, but I knew I never could. My father's connection to Africa would have to remain a secret forever. His bravery would be known only to the government and to me. Revealing it would just damage his memory. People would take the story and twist it. Before long, he would be the villain and Carchon would be the hero. I know how they do that. I'm a journalist.
Yeah. So her dad was a hero, basically, but in secret. So, the next place we want to go is basically to the Musée Krune. Although it's kind of frustrating. She keeps saying, hey, talk to Lobino. You go here. You talk to the stupid security guard, and then you leave. And then you come here again, and it's just the security guard, and you just have to leave again.
Infamous. That tripod
Belong
belongs
to Jean D.
What's the importance of John Dee's tripod?
D was
John
the
D?
most famous escapologist of the 16th century. The Houdini of his time.
Don't you mean alchemist? Escapologists use ropes, chains, and handcuffs, not tripods.
But whatever it was, that is the tripod he used in his experiments.
What kind
Experiments.
of experiments did John Dee perform with his tripod?
Oh, the usual. Didn't you study chemistry at school?
Yeah, but we skipped over thaumatology.
I would appreciate that joke if I knew what thaumatology was. I have to look it up.
Get it out of the case? Ah, no.
Ah, no.
It's protected by a sophisticated surveillance system.
How
System.
A painfully loud alarm bell.
How is the alarm bell triggered?
By the slightest pressure on or movement of any part of the case wherein that tripod is situated.
It strikes me that to call your
So you
alarm
tap on the
system
case,
sophisticated
alarm bell
is,
goes off.
well, stretching the truth
Pretty
a little.
standard.
It has never failed yet.
The sophistication is in its simplicity. Good
Do
for
you know
you.
anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Not
Not
a
a
sausage.
The sign on
sausage.
the tripod says it was found at a Templar preceptory.
It does.
Yeah. It doesn't mention John Dee at all.
Most remiss.
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much.
Aw, what a sob story.
I owe what little education I gained to my uncle.
He taught
an
me.
official,
Wait, no.
But he also doubled as the village school teacher.
He taught me the alphabet. Well, 19 letters of it. Oh my god. That line. Some of these lines just stick with you.
Why don't you
For how
start
subtle
over
yet
and
how
adult
hilarious they are.
Oh, I never thought of that. Do you see? If I studied art.
This really is one of the best games ever in terms of writing and voice acting, and it's up there with, you know, the Tim Schafer adventure
Do you know
games.
anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar. Although people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes.
No.
They are impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to park the... No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar. Not like Monsieur Lobino.
Oh yeah. That guy who still hasn't shown up.
No, monsieur.
Okay.
Okay. Go inside the sarcophagus.
Leave it alone. That closet
We-
is over 3,000
No
years
spoilers. No spoilers. Sorry.
Closet?
Sorry.
It's a sarcophagus.
I was tempted to spoil it. I already have spoiled it though, a couple of times. Open the window just to annoy him. We love it. We love to see it. Leave. Go here. Go here. Go here. Go there. Go here. Here we are in the alleyway. There's nothing of note here anymore. Nothing of note. Except some nice music. And pretty autumn scenery, of course, but the next place we should go is... Do we want to go here? I don't know if we need to go here, but we did get some interesting dialogue.
I'd like to report
Interesting slash amusing.
Where is the victim? I'm the victim.
I'm the
I've
victim.
been harassed by
Such a victim, George.
I see. And where did this alleged assault take place?
Outside the Hotel Ubu.
As I was leaving and went through my pockets.
Could you describe the suspects, monsieur?
One looked like a gorilla, and the other looked like a weasel. Their names are Flash.
Willy's Wonderland. No.
I'll get them this time.
Have you heard of a man called Marquet?
Yes. He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre. I heard he's been hospitalized.
Mole means like a double spy, right? I wish I knew.
Where was Marquet taken to?
The Hagenmeyer Clinic. In the avenue, there's Eric.
That's a very German name. It doesn't sound
Why was Marquet
French.
known as the Mole of Montmartre?
Because he lived in Montmartre.
That's not very helpful.
I don't know.
That's
Maybe
not very
he
helpful
ruined
either.
people's lives.
Stupid policeman.
See you later, Sergeant.
Oh, this is pretty music.
I tried the door. Like I was about to rob a grave, I gripped the handle with an involuntary.
I feel like I need to go to Central Park after just seeing this beautiful scenery and hearing the birds chirping. I feel like I need to spend a good day in the park. It is March, so it's like warming up.
Hi,
And
my name's George Stobart.
Really?
yep.
If you wish to make an appointment, see the reception.
Hospitals can be quite beautiful
I'm looking for
if they have lots of nice glass windows and
In which department does he work?
nice high ceilings and plants,
I see. You
fountains,
know there are strict
chandeliers.
visiting hours, don't you?
Visiting hours by cardiacs. Bum 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 ba da 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 da
We
da.
make no exceptions to the rules.
It's a matter of life and death.
Well, you shouldn't say that in a
The
hospital.
ground of this hospital is a matter of life and
He's not wrong.
why we have
He's
rules.
not wrong.
I think I ought to warn you that Marquet is not what he seems.
Yeah, well,
Explain yourself.
if he's a criminal,
With a bunch of guys
he should
who
still
wanna take over the world.
be hospitalized if he's
Besides,
injured.
Marquet's employers have paid in advance for one of our most exclusive private rooms.
Could you
Private
tell me who
rooms.
Marquet's employers are?
No.
Certainly not.
Don't be
Thanks
stupid,
for your
George.
help.
I'm kidding. You're not stupid. You're a very smart guy.
Excuse me.
Here's the cute receptionist.
Yes, sir.
Is this the Hagen?
Pretty cute. I mean, you know.
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plans. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature.
Yes, how
How
quaint.
may I help you?
How quaint. How very quaint.
I'm here to see Jacques Marquet.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
I could fib about it.
His, long lost brother.
A brother half his age with a different name and an American accent.
This is pretty funny, though.
Yeah, people always say that. I blame Mom. We were separated at an early age. After a mix-up in the nursery at the Oakland shopping mall.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous.
That is
before.
pretty funny.
I guess not. Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from the zoo.
So, do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet.
So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
Or I'm just
Thanks
gonna
for
let
your
you
help,
imagine the
You're
or.
welcome.
But let's just say hospitals are full of them. What happens if we go this way? We get lost. What happens if we try going this way again? I don't know. Maybe, we'll get lost. Good times, good times. And if we try going through there again, maybe a little bit of something something, maybe a little, I don't know.
The guy seemed to be practicing
Anyway,
his air of
we're about
authority.
done with this video,
Today, he was
and
working on his withering
I'll see you
spirit.
next time in Broken
The
Sword,
woman
Shadow of the
managed to look
Templars.
overworked and hassled,
Goodbye.
though she didn't appear to be doing anything.